Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Bipolar Boxing. I had a great night at these fights last night. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Michael Spinks was there, Christy Martin, Kelly Pavlik. Met a lot of the boxers that fought that night, and it was a cool show. I got to meet another YouTuber. I think his name's 3D Boxing. He's out of New York. He does a lot of like boxing gambling predictions. He's a cool guy. He was there with the media. He's a cool dude, and it was a good night of fights. But man, the rest of the fights were good, and then the main event was just kind of a dud. I mean, I think the wrong guy lost here, and like this is a perfect example of like when you're live at fights, you see them different because I don't see like an outcry of people saying that this was a robbery or anything, but like I thought it was a pretty bad decision. Being there, a lot of people in the crowd, like everybody in the crowd had Foster losing that fight, most of them, I should say, at least in my area. Like we all thought Concacio was doing enough, and just like Foster, man, like he just didn't throw enough. I mean, I can't, but that's the thing about being there. You can't tell how clean the punches are landing for either one of them. And I'm assuming a lot of the shots that Foster got hit with were off of his gloves. But man, you just can't see that there. So like in my eyes, it looked like Concacio won. I mean, probably like an 8-4 decision. But I see a lot of people are scoring it like, 7-5 either way, no robbery. But I was happy as hell to get out of there with a win for Foster in that fight. And I also thought that Abraham Nova might have lost his fight, but then I watched that 3D Boxing's interview with Nova, and he said the whole press row just they all had Nova winning pretty clean. But it's just so it is weird when you are at the fights. It's different, but I'm gonna have to watch this fight again today. I'll watch both of those fights again today and see what the hell I wasn't seeing at the time. Just because when you're at the event, there's so much going on. It's hard to pay attention to every single punch that lands, and you just can't see. Like I was pretty close to the fights, but you just can't see what punches land and what punches don't. So, respect to the judges. I mean, it sounds like they at least did a good job. They didn't have there was no wide scorecards. There was no crazy scorecards all night. There wasn't that one card where it was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was a good card, good judging. There were some good knockouts earlier. Like, I'll tell you who looked the best on the whole card. Actually, there's two of them, but like Ray Muratalo looked really good. His knockout was fantastic. And Jai Tucker, my boy Jai Tucker. I've been very high on Jai Tucker for his whole career, and he looked good. I mean, he got hit a little bit more than I'd like him to, but I think he just felt the power of that guy pretty early and said, I'm not just going to coast to a decision. I'm going to go after the knockout. And yeah, I'm going to have to take some hits to do it, but I'm going to get this guy out of there, and, I'm going to kind of steal the show. And that's kind of what he did between him and Muratala. But yeah, great night of fights. It was cool to meet all those boxers. And do you guys really want like a third fight between these guys? Like, cause I don't. I mean, it sucks for Conceição because he's been on the short end of the stick in some of his decisions in his fights. But he's 35 now. Like, I think he's going to be the one begging for the rematch. But even if he doesn't, get the rematch, like I don't know if they're at the same exact weight, but like they could always make a fight with him and Nova because Nova he didn't look good last night, but he's still a name. Like both of them only lose to very very top competition because Nova got screwed in his last fight before this one against Cortez, who might not have been top competition, but I don't think he lost to him. So just maybe put those two guys together. And my buddy Chris Welch, he's from the UK. He's got a YouTube page. Definitely go check out his page. He made a good thing about Muratala. He said have Muratala just fight that Dennis Branchik, who's got a belt at 135. Get his ass a belt, and then maybe we'll see him unify with Shakur or Tank or something like that. Because I don't think Tank or Shakur is gonna fight that guy without, and I'm not saying Murtala beat him, but I don't think they're going to fight him unless he's got a belt. So get him the easiest belt that's out there. I'm not saying Branachek's a bum or anything, but he's the easiest belt that's out there at 135. So if you're Muratala, like go after that belt, see if you can win that, and get the Tanker Shakur fight down the road, or like him and Zapata, like sign me up for that. But I mean, for Foster, I don't know where he goes from here. He's I think, who the hell did he call out after? Oh, he called out the winner of the Navarrete fight, which is what I said in my prediction video. That's probably who will fight next. And yeah, I'll watch that. It's just Foster, man. I thought he'd go after it a little bit more last night, and I don't think he did. So let me know who you guys think won that decision. Let me know if you think it was a robbery, and let me know who you think these guys are going to fight next. Have a good night.